Hello there. This is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? Привіт, як справи? So in today's video, because I've been studying Ukrainian, українською мовою, I thought we'd do a video, an ASMR video, a nice, quiet, tranquil study video, mostly in soft spoken, but sometimes in whispers, using this amazing book that I found on Amazon. It is called Beginner's Ukrainian. It's by Yuri Shevchuk. And it's a fantastic book. It's by Hypocrene, which I've got a lot of their books, and its audio is online. I'm not being sponsored or anything, I just love the book. It's definitely the best thing I've got for Ukrainian, it's so good. So I've done this much so far. And I was just studying it tonight whilst I was watching the football, and I thought I'd planned to do a video using it. So let's look at what I've been studying tonight. So I started on Lekcja 5, which has the dialogue tingly, цікаво і недорого. Grammar with aspects of the verb, the imperfect and perfective, or imperfective and perfective, numerals in the normative case plural, and then competencies of holidays, nationalities. Home assignment, that probably means like домашняя, like housework. And then present and past possibility, probably using можно. Of course, the grammar is quite easy for me because I studied some Russian when I was at university. And in fact, to pick up Ukrainian is quite an easy language, considering that I studied Russian in university for 2 years alongside my Spanish and Portuguese degree. And I've studied Polish for a couple of years, and a bit of Czech, and a bit of Croatian and Serbian, and a tiny bit of Bulgarian and Slovenian. So, as languages go, Ukrainian is pretty accessible to me. I never had to learn the alphabet, for example, I could just dive straight into it. So let's read the dialogue. Каникулы, цікаво і недорого. First, and then we'll look at some of the grammar I'm studying. So, two speakers, Mikola and Lesia. Mikola starts. Lesia, це ти? Як приємно. Старі друзі. Привіт. Привіт, Миколо. Як справи? Добре, дякую. Мене бачилися ціле літо. Бачилися. Добре, дякую. Мене бачилися ціле літо. Що ти робив? Сидів удома, чи може кудись їздив? Я та мої друзі, Тарас і Роман, разом їздили на море. Ну, як було? Дуже добре, весело, просто чудово. Де саме ви відпочивали? Ти чула про Коктебел? Це Крим. Це дуже гарні місця. Чому Коктебел, а не Ялта чи Євпаторія? Тому що там можна добре відпочити, тепле море, гори, гарна природа. Так, і дуже дорогі готелі та ресторани. І там можна знайти дешеві квартири. Ми купували продукти і готували всі самі. Я завжди хотіла так провести канікули. Цікаво і недорого. There's English. Yes, that you. How nice. Old friends. Hello. Hello, Mikola. How are you? Fine, thank you. We haven't seen each other the entire summer. What have you been doing? Sat around at home or travelled? Maybe travelled someplace? I travelled with my friends Taras and Roman to the sea. Well, and how was it? Very well. Entertaining, simply great. Where exactly did you holiday, vacation? Have you heard of Koktebel? It's the Crimea, very beautiful places. Why Koktebel and not Yalta or Yevpatoria? Because there one can have a good rest, a warm sea, mountains, beautiful nature. Yes, and very expensive hotels and restaurants. No, there one can find cheap apartments. We bought groceries and cooked everything ourselves. I've always wanted to spend my vacations that way. Interesting and inexpensive. So then I started to learn about the infinitive of the verb, which always ends in "the." So, бути, знати, бачити, жити, казати, їсти, спати, мити, читати. So the "the" is the to see, to know, to live, to say, to eat, to sleep. And then with the reflexive pronoun, it's the same. Дивитися, сміятися, багатися, сумніватися. It's a good verb. Сумніватися. And then it explains the difference between the imperfective and perfective in verbs. Now, if you don't know Slavic languages, this is probably going to freak you out. But all Slavic languages have this. Basically, there's two words for everything. One is an uncompleted action, the other one is a completed action. So every time you learn a verb, like to read, you have to learn the imperfect, čitati, which is an ongoing thing, like reading now, or was reading in the past tense, or will be reading with no definitive end. And the perfective verb, which is, in this case, pročitati. So it's got this pro at the beginning. Not all of them are that easy, though. And pročitati means like to either have read, like finish reading, or will finish reading. Obviously there's no present tense for this verb, ever, because you can't be doing something now that's finished, logically. So the imperfective, я писав до неї щотижня. I wrote to her every week. So писав is like I was writing to her repeatedly. whereas the perfective, it talks about something that just happened and is finished. So in Spanish you'd have like the imperfect tense and the preterite. This is like the preterite, so я написал до неї вчора. I wrote to her yesterday, like one time, started and finished. I didn't know this word. Наприклад. For example, наприклад. And then it immediately goes on to the past tense. So funkcja. Past tense denotes an action that was in progress or occurred at some point in the past. Like вчора Olena багато читала. Yesterday Olena read a lot. So using the imperfect, like it doesn't state whether she finished reading or not. She was reading for the whole day. Repetitive or habitually occurring, it is used with such words as часто, рідко, іноді, інколи, часом, which all means sometimes, час від часу, from time to time, ніколи, never, завжди, always, звичайно, usually, як правило, as a rule. Роман часто писав листи. Roman often wrote letters, like he was writing them. He wrote them often. Repeated action. An open-ended process without regard for whether or not it was ever completed. So this is all still in the past imperfective. So you could say тоді, then, довго, for a long time. Тривалий час, for a long time. Вчора, yesterday. Позавчора, the day before yesterday. Минулого тижня, місяця, року, last week, last month, last year. Or від genitive до genitive, from, to. And then a one-time specific action in the past with the implication there's no need to repeat the action again, and this meaning is often accompanied by the adverb уже. This uses the imperfect past is synonymous with the perfect. Oh, that's interesting. Ми вже бачили цей film. We already saw this film. I don't really use that. I would tend to use the perfective there. And then the endings would be for a masculine singular v or u, la, lo, li. Feminine neuter, plural. So it's a little mix of Polish with the u sound for a male, but mostly like Russian, whereas in Polish you'd have endings after the w, so like gotałem for a male, gotałam for a female, etc. And some new words for me, колись, once, and минулого тижня, last week, минулої осені, last fall, or autumn we say, тиждень тому, a week ago, тиждень тому. And then these typical expressions of habitual action. So часом, час від часу, завжди, іноді, інколи, як правило, звичайно. And it gives examples of the past tense. So жити, to live. So жив, він жив, he lived. Could also be я жив, I lived, ты жив, you lived, talking to a male. Жила, вона жила, she lived. Воно жило, it lived. Вони жили, they lived. And then it's got some info on the perfective. Things you'd use with the perfective. Уже, ще не, not yet. Нарешті, finally. Одразу, immediately. Роман уже зварив вечерю. Roman has already cooked dinner, like he's done it, it's finished, it's cooked. Олена ще не закінчила переклад. Olena has not finished the translation, so she hasn't finished it. It's like, it's not done yet. Ми нарешті подивилися новий фільм. We have finally watched a new film. I like this word, нарешті. Finally, нарешті. And it's formed in exactly the same way. So запитать, запитати, to ask. Він запитав, запитала, запитало, запитали. And then just before I finished and came upstairs, I looked at some irregulars, like iti, to go. So, ішов, ішла, ішло, ішлі. Їсти, to eat, їв, їла, or їв, їла, їло, їлі, and могти, to be able to. So, міг, могла, могло, могли. He explains how to say start, continue and end, or finish. So it gives the imperfect, imperfective, imperfect, effective, imperfective, imperfective of each. So there exists počínati, begin, imperfective, but it's more used in the perfective because like you began something, it's like a moment in time, right? Počati. Same with finish, like you finished it in one go. Zakinchiti. And then last one, continue is better in the imperfective, like you continued. It is an ongoing thing. Продовжувати. For example, Serhii почав читати. Serhii began to read. So yeah, you would need the почати, почав, yeah, the perfective. You just did it. Marta закінчувала працювати. Marta was finishing working, so that's imperfective because it's like she was finishing rather than she just finished, which would be закінчила. And then ми продовжували танцювати. Танцювати. We continued dancing like it was ongoing. And then here's a list of ones that I was going through just before coming upstairs. So to cook, variti, svariti, with a z, which makes it perfective. З'їсти, to eat. Казати, сказати, which is easier than Russian, where you have говорить. And what are the ones? Написати is the same as Russian. To translate. Перекласти. I don't know the former past tense of one of this at the end, usually they're irregular. Переклал, maybe. To explain. That's good. You'd use it in both, wouldn't you? I was explaining it and he explained it to me like it's over and done with. Пояснити, пояснювати, пояснювати, робити, зробити, розуміти. This is more similar to Polish. Розуміти, зрозуміти. Listen, слухати, послухати, читати, прочитати, шукати, знайти. That's a Polish and that's a Russian. Znajti, szukati. Such a beautiful language, I love it. Okay, I'm going to stop there in this video. If you want to see me use this book more and study more Ukrainian on this channel, then you know what to do. Give me a like, tell me in a comment, and don't forget, if this is your first time here, to subscribe. There are lots of Ukrainian videos on this channel already. Take a look at them next. I'll put one just there for you in a moment. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Дякую. And see you again very soon. До побачення.